30 days. That is all I'm asking from you. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make $10,000 this month in 30 days in wholesaling real estate. We are skipping the guru talk. We are skipping the hype train to get you excited and pumped up. I'm just going to break down today how you can make $10,000 in wholesaling real estate in under 30 days with no money at all. That is what I'm here to do. There's no guru talk. There's no course. There's none of this stupid stuff. I'm just going to show you exactly how to do it today. I got nothing to sell you. I got nothing to sign up for a course or mastermind or discovery call. What I'm going to do today is just break down and just share with you on the screen exactly everything you must do to make $10,000. How to do it, what to do it, where, everything. That is what we're doing today. If you want to make $10,000 in 30 days, let me break it down. It comes down to really just like one really simple thing, but really if you do 5 really simple things to just make $10,000 this month in wholesaling real estate. I'm telling you, it's not as complicated as so many people make it. I don't complicate this because I'm not trying to sell you a solution to complicate this. I'm just going to give you the cold, hard truth in wholesaling real estate so you can make $10,000 a month. That is just one deal a month. That's all we're focusing on, and that is what we're doing today. So let's stop the talk and let's actually walk the walk, stop the talk, and learn how to make $10,000 a month. So let's break it down. So we got the iPad here. We are ready to talk about this. We are ready to go. What is our goal? We're going to write down our actionable steps, everything we need to know. What is it, right? Pretty simple, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to focus on making $10,000 in 30 days. That is it. That is what we're doing. That is what we're focusing on. That is our goal. We will do anything for this goal. This is our point. This is our goal. We're ready to go. We're excited. 10K, 30 days. Let's break down exactly how to do it, right? And so, I could break down what's your why. Why do you want to get into this? What's your point? What's driving you? We can talk about this all day. I think everybody watching this could use an extra 10K. Even if you're making millions of dollars, give that 10K to like St. Jude or a great charity or like something like that. Like we could all use an extra $10,000. So let's not get in the, hype up, get you excited, jacked up. We all have reasons why. I think we all have it. You're watching this because you have a reason why you want to make 10 grand. Remember that reason and let's just get into it, right? So if you want to make $10,000, it all comes down to a specific amount of things. And these are what we're going to do. We're just going to put it in what we call bucket. Okay. This is what it is. So let's kind of do a little bucket. So I remember in preschool, we had Cubbies and those were the days. And I'll tell everybody that was the time to be alive. When I had the Cubbies in 2003, 2004, when I was like 3 or 4, that was a time to be alive. And that's for a different day, but I'm talking about my pre-K days all day, but we had little Cubbies and we're going to use Cubbies today. I don't know if that's too young to say, but like we're going to use that to make 10 grand. And this is a way, not a lot of people talk about this, but this is definitely a way you should be looking at it. So this is a very quick formula system. If you want to make $10,000 in your wholesaling real estate business, that you just have to write down a little note. So if you come to me in a month and say, Zach, I did not make $10,000, I want you to send me this little worksheet and I would love to look at it and I can clearly see if it's good or bad. So let's talk about this. Okay. So let's do the first little cubby here. All right. We'll make the Cubbies black. So the first thing we got to focus on is leads pulled. How many leads do we pull? Okay. And this is for 30 days. All right. We're going to make a little cubby here. You can write down the little number in there. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right. So that's going to be number 1. We're going to box that up. All right. So leads pull is number 1. Next here, what I want to focus with people is calls made. How many calls did you make? I want to know. Please let me know. Write that down. Right. Boom. And then on this one, it's not really that bad. Actually, that's too confusing. So we'll leave it like that. All right. There we go. All right. Next little cubby here we want to focus on is calls made. How many calls did you make? Like physical calls. And where was that? All right. Calls made. Next one we look at is contacts made. Really not that complicated. Okay. We're going to really focus on this little system here. All right. And then we're going to go down a little more. And the next little cubby here, we'll make it a little smaller, but we won't make it too complicated. Then we got little 4 here. So that's fine too. Now we're going to make this really simple. Okay. Offers made. We're going to make a little cubby for that. Contracts signed. Then we'll reveal the other ones in a second, but let's kind of go through the first 6 here to understand. So if you're looking to make $10,000 a month, just remember guys, we're going to have to start looking at these little cubbies right here. Okay. And we're going to put our little numbers in them and that's going to help us figure out exactly what we're doing, and what we're doing is the right thing, the wrong thing, whatever it is, right? And so if you don't know wholesaling real estate, you want to learn it, I would say just go to the bottom right-hand corner of wholesaling.com. It'll show you exactly how to get into wholesaling. But when you're starting wholesaling real estate, you have to ask yourself these questions. How many leads did I pull? How many code violations, probates, high equity? How many of those did we make? And how many did you skip trace? Like how many good leads we could start marketing to? And this is in a 30-day interval, right? Then you ask yourself the next question. From those leads, how many calls from those leads did I make? These are all in sequential order. How many calls I made? Oh, calls made. Or calls made I did twice. What is wrong with me? You know, this happens when I have too much unfiltered power. All right, leads pulled, and we're gonna just do skip trace. Calls made, and then yeah. Actually, we'll add this one here too. Actually, we'll skip this one. We'll make it drive for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, sticky notes. I'm gonna make one just for the sticky notes because I think it's that important. All right, calls made, contacts made. So how many sticky notes do we put out? Because those are like, you know, bandit signs, like outbound marketing. Actually, I'm just gonna call it outbound marketing, inbound marketing, inbound lead made, right? And you got calls made, and then you got contacts made, right? This is very important too. And then we got offers made, and then contracts signed. I think a lot of wholesalers out here start getting confused. And then we're gonna go out here to cash buyers, followed up in the month. The next one is cash buyer dispo calls. And I'll explain what these all are. And it all comes back to closed deals. That is the major cubby. That is the cubby we are focusing on. That is the cubby that we care about. This is the main goal, and that is what we're focusing on. So let's talk about this right here. Leads pulled, all this fun jazz, all this great stuff. In wholesaling real estate, we're looking at this, right? And so we are looking at this, and we got to just decide what we're going to do. And when you focus on these little goals, this all flows into doing deals, right? So we look at a little arrow, make it red. How many leads did I pull, and how many inbound leads I make, and how many calls I made there? But they all flow into each other. Flows here, then we inbound leads. Then we're going to focus on how many calls we make. The amount of calls we make is going to lead into contacts. And then the contacts, when we have someone that makes contacts, we'll have appointments, and then boom, it goes to the numbers game of offers, and then we'll have signed contracts, cash buyers, boom, follow. We can dispo them, and then boom, dispos equal closed deals. So you got to ask yourself, if I want to make 10 grand, how many do I have to put in for this to work, right? Depends on what you want to do. I would say if you're doing pulls, I would probably try at least 3,000 leads if you want to guarantee to get a deal. But that's for like high equity. So let's focus on 1,000. Pull 1,000 government leads. I think it would be fine. Inbound leads made, I would say at least 500. Drawing for dollars, bandit signs, whatever you want to do, probate mailers. So calls makes the next one. That is the one that is debated heavily by scholars of wholesaling real estate. Like, oh my gosh, Zach, how many calls should I make? All these things. Honestly, I could probably tell you any way you want to do it. But if you can make at least 2,500 calls in a month and they're really good leads, I think you're going to be fine. And that would probably do 100 a day, but those are really good leads. You can even push it to 5,000 if it's like a dialer. If you really want to get like a dialer out here, maybe. How many contacts I want to make? I would probably say you want to reach at least a quarter of that if you really want to have good conversations. So let's aim for the goal of 750 contacts, like hellos. That'll probably end up being 25 a day. And with that, I think on 750 contacts, you could realistically probably make 250. And if you're pushing it, probably 300 offers. But let's do 250 offers. And that's like, you're doing some FISBO, like you're doing a lot here, right? Realistically, if it's like legit appointments, you only need like 25 offers. You're probably going to get a deal from that, like 10 grand. But like if you're just outbound crazy offers, it's fine. But I think you made 750 contacts, you can make 250 offers. But you got to remember statistically, 25 is honestly what you really want to be focusing on. Because if you really look at the 750, I would say 50 out of those are going to like actually want to sell. So I'd probably say 5%. And 5% really of that's going to equal 25 offers because that's going to be 50. But 50 are not going to be qualified. And so that's going to bring about 25. From that, you should probably get, if you're bad at wholesaling, let's say 5 contracts, and you're only going to be able to sell 1, and that'll equal a deal. You should follow up with at least 5 legit cash buyers a day. So that's 150 that's about 150 cash buyers you should call, follow up, and try to find. And then when you're trying to sell your deals, I think for 5 deals, you do 10 each. You talk to 50 cash buyers. That will guarantee you at least 1 deal. I would say 1 to 3. So that is kind of what our numbers are looking like. So if you want to do 1 deal in wholesaling real estate, where does this come from? This comes from pulling at least 1,000 leads. I would say you should definitely, if this is going to be government list, but like it should be 5,000 if you're doing a paid, like if you're really pushing the numbers. So 5,000 at least. Inbound marketing, try to push for at least 500. This is going to be drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, bandit signs, very important. Make at least 2,500 to 5,000 calls. And really, what's 2,500 divided by 30? That's going to be 83 calls a day. So 83 calls a day. Not really that. Like once you start breaking things down, it's not that complicated, right? 25 contacts a day out of the 83, which is really not that crazy. Like if you really look at it, like it's not that insane, right? And then offers make 50 legit people that want to sell. You give an offers on half of them. That's 25 equal to 5 contracts. I'm assuming if you're just brand new in this business, you're not going to be able to close as many. So you're going to get 5 contracts signed. You got your cash buyers. You're going to follow up. Say you try to find 150, 50 of them turn out legit maybe. And then from the 50, 5 for each one, at least one's going to close 1 to 3 deals from that. I think that's a very realistic possibility for you in wholesaling real estate if you want to make $10,000. Now, these are little cubbies. This is what you got to be looking at in your wholesaling real estate business. So if you're coming out here, right, and we're looking at this is what it legit takes. This is what you need to be at, right? And the problem is, so if somebody comes up to me and they say, Zach, we'll make this red because you did something bad, right? Zach, I haven't made $10,000. I'm listening to everything you say. Why am I not at that point? Why am I not as successful as you when it comes to all this stuff? I should make $10,000. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just break out your cubbies. Like I'm going to treat you like a preschooler because honestly, we got to get back to the basics here in wholesaling real estate. Okay. How many leads did you pull? Oh, wait, I pulled 50 and I did 4 reverse trying for dollars. And like, I'm looking at, so here's the thing. Oh, Zach, I pulled 300 leads. Does 300 equal 1,000? No, right? You don't deserve a deal. I'm sorry to say it. How many inbound leads? Oh, I did 30 for the month. Is 30 the same as 500? No, like obviously not going to get a deal. How many calls did you make? Zach, I'm doing 10 calls a day. Is 10 calls a day that it's equal to 300? 300 is not 2,500. 83 is not 10. That done, right? How many contacts you're making in a month? Are you making 25 a day? No, I'm making 2 a day. Like, no, right? Like that's terrible. 60 is not the same. Like that is not, okay? Offers. If you are not making at least an offer a day, what do I always say? This is the biggest truth I could tell anybody. An offer a day keeps the guru away. Guru away, okay? If everybody watching this could make one legitimate offer to their seller every single day, these gurus would be done with. Everybody would be making a ton of money, and that's all you're focusing on. You're just making an offer a day. That is all you're focusing on. You're just making one offer a day. If you could do that, like legitimately good lead that actually wants to sell, these gurus would be they're already broke, but they would not have any coaching. Like it wouldn't even be legit. It wouldn't even be real anymore. They'd be so down bad. I mean, they're already down bad, but like even worse than they are right now. You want to know why? Because people buy courses for someone to tell them to do this. And it all comes down to making one offer a day. And this is what I'm focusing on. And then that's not 30 offers. That's 25. 25. It's like let's say take the weekends off. 25 a month. That's all I'm saying. An offer a day keeps the guru away. These gurus are shaking right now that I'm saying this information because they know if the people in wholesaling real estate actually focused on making one offer a day and they kept that as their main KPI, there'd be no need for them. What I'm just telling you right now, this is not some crazy secret. Like if you don't need to go buy this super $10,000 mastermind course on how to get started in wholesaling or do all that, an offer a day. And once you build your business around offers, making one offer a day, that's all changed because the contracts will flow. You make that, they start flowing. Boom, flow here, flow there. You do the cash buyers. You'll close deals. You'll make money. That's the point. You get all the riches, right? You get all the riches. Boom, boom, boom. You got the cool watch. You got the cool whip. Woo! I can't draw for anything, but you get the whip, right? You get your dream life, right? But really, what's the main thing here we got to focus on? I thought it was dispo. I thought I'd do innovation. Okay, just cut it. All right, cut the stinking fluff out of all this. An offer a day keeps the guru away. So for anybody out here wondering how to make $10,000 this month in wholesaling real estate, you just got to go back to an offer a day because they'll keep that stinking guru away. So if you do the math, so let's quick math. All right, quick math. All right, Zach, I want to make $10,000. I'm going to put $10,000 on my mirror. I'm going to stare at it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to be like, I want to make $10,000. That's all I want to focus on. That's me. I'm looking at it. 10,000. I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to meditate on it, 10 grand a month, 10 grand a month. Like, that's what people do. It's what the gurus say. Oh, goes meditate. Oh, 10 grand a month, 10 grand a month. Cut it. All right. We are going to stop that. We are going to do this instead. All right. We're going to get cool. All right. We're going to have cool shades. All right. We're going to start becoming an alpha wholesaler. Okay. We got the cool shades. All right. We're living the lavish life. All right. We're going to get Gucci shirts. We're going to get the sick watch. Right. I'm going to be in my Lambo. Right. This is how you do it. How do you get in the Lambo? All right, get the watch. Sorry. How do you do it? I'm going to manifest and start looking at not 10 grand. Make this even zoom in more. I'm going to do one offer a day. When you start looking at that is what happens. When you start looking at making one offer a day, that will actually get you rich. Oh, look at 10 grand. I'm like, hey, stop looking at that. Look at just making one offer a day. So many people, they love looking at the effect, okay? The effect is the sexiest, most amazing thing in the world. It's the best. And then you got the little old cause that nobody wants to do. If you just want to get the effect, the money, all the cool stuff, everybody just loves the effect. The effect is just so cool. It's so great. It just, guys, staring at the effect all day ain't going to do anything. Because for the effect to happen, you must actually do the cause. The cause is actually the thing that's going to make the effect. So we can talk about being all jacked and ripped and healthy and six pack. But if you're not willing to work out and eat right and do all the good things, it's stupid. It won't get you anything. You have to actually look at the cause. We don't care about the effect anymore. Okay. We want to focus on the cause because the effect will flow. If we just work on the cause, the money, the cool stuff, it will all come down. All right. It will happen. But when you start neglecting the cause, that's the big issue. So focus on the cause, not the effect. What's the cause? It's the work. It's the offers. It's the marketing. It's talking to cash buyers. It's all the stuff that doesn't sound nice and sexy and amazing. It's none of this stuff. And the big thing is, if you want to start doing all this stuff, there's a simple equation. There's a really simple equation, I think, for everybody to really look at this, okay? And it's like, how do I make 10 grand? Like, what are the skill sets and the tools? And there's honestly two, all right? I've said this a million times, but I'll keep saying it and I'll keep preaching this to everybody because this is the most important thing. Oh, I'm not confident enough. It's none of that stuff, okay? It's all about having the knowledge, for one, and number two, all about having common sense. All it takes to make 10 grand, okay? Number two. Number one's the knowledge. Number two is the common sense. Those are the two things you need to make $10,000 a month in wholesaling real estate. I don't care at 10 grand. That's all I'm saying. 10 grand a month all comes down to those things. Knowledge. How do I get the knowledge? Freewholesaling.com. That's how you actually learn. You go on the live streams like this, you actually learn. That's how you get the knowledge. That's easy, right? You watch the live streams, you see what I'm doing, you got all that stuff, right? Like, oh, okay. That's simple, right? I'm going to highlight it so it's not confusing to anybody because everyone gets super confused. Now let's talk about the common sense. Now this is the one that most people don't understand. If you expect to make like all this cash from doing no work and then making like 3 calls a day, you lack common sense. Because when you look at every top wholesaler you want to be at and they all tell you to work hard and then you expect a different result, it's like what's going to happen, right? And so I want everybody to really look at this, okay? Because if you have common sense, you're going to understand you have to work hard. And if you watch our stuff, you have the knowledge. You see, oh, Zach says do. So if I go to freewholesaling.com and I see the video and the modules and all that stuff, and Zach says to do X, Y, and Z. That's what I tell you to do. Just do X, Y, and Z. All right. It takes common sense saying if that's what Zach tells me to do from freewholesaling.com, and then you go out here and then you don't do X, you'll do Y, but you'll do like half of Z. And then you expect to become rich. That's not common sense. Common sense is saying, hey, Zach said to do this, this, and this. And then what you do is you do this, this, and this. That's how you make 10 grand. It all comes down to knowledge and common sense. A lot of people are lacking common sense in wholesaling that aren't getting their first deal. It doesn't mean you're not smart. It's just you're lacking the actual common sense of, hey, Zach says this, I got to do it. And that's all it takes to make $10,000 a month in wholesaling stinking real estate.